What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper bringing you. Bro, I ain't bring spit. Like, without the damn, we can't use that. It's curse. All right, look.
And yeah, I was about to say they ain't bringing you monetization either.
None of that money.
All right, let me start over. I could probably cut that out. Actually, foot it. yeah, foot it. Forget about it. And ruin it again.
You can keep it as a blooper. Like that's what I do with my videos occasionally.
Do it for the Patreon.
Add it to the end.
But the first 30 seconds though, like, come on. Bro.
Add it to the end. Yeah, you can do that.
You can have like a whole hour's worth of bloopers.
Yeah, the uncut and everything. You used to say it all the time.
I gotta get that bloop sound in.
Yeah,
you should have been that
of intro.
I don't think it's that. I think it's just you saying bloop and that's
the. Alright, confirmed.
What's up, y'all? Bloop.
Well, as a matter of fact, these two motherfuckers were not able to come to the last podcast. So Zhoniin and Matt, quick thoughts on 120 before we get into 121.
Yeah, it was good. Not much to say. Just it was cool seeing like the little teasers of Genos's power boost. Just like the arm cannons were great. I like what I think they're doing with second goal and making them like more of a force for good. And yeah, for Toshi stepping up and finally getting Wagomra out there is great. So yeah, no, I liked it. It was all right for a small chapter.
So Neon, he was there. It was a mistake for Murata. Remember we were talking about that when he was just absent in 119. And then Fat Man, he actually didn't get sliced.
That's perfect.
Two things that we talked about came to fruition.
We be spitting number facts though. Like it's a reason why we're the official One Punch Man podcast.
Yeah, licensed by the parent company of
and endorsed by One himself.
You already know, bro. One, you know how many times One done been like, "Hey, bro, let me come through," and then like we just couldn't get our times like together and shit. We still waiting for that nigga, bro.
And also we couldn't understand a word he said, so you know things got a little like, "What'd you say, sir?" He'd ramble on again. Didn't work.
Google Translate.
And then we said bloop and he started laughing.
Yeah, because he gets our humor.
So this one's gonna be another big one. We've had like small instances I've noticed both in like the results of like videos and as well as like the response from the community. But when Saitama approached, Orochi was an instance of this. EC was an instance of this. Anytime Garou shows up, it's an instance of this. Black Sperm showing up is an instance of this. The community seems to gravitate to certain individuals, and Garou and Darkshine has a formula of all of it. So here we are. What's on your minds? What's in your heart? What's going on, guys?
His name's Darky, apparently, or at least that's his nickname. I don't know how to feel about that one.
In the webcomic it is. But that might just be that specific translation.
I mean, I know Japan doesn't have like those kinds of sensibilities and stuff. You know, remember the whole Jinx controversy with Pokemon back in the day?
Japan's just straight up racist towards black people, Chinese people.
Chinese, I kind of understand. Or what is it? There's another country that they have like a qualm with.
Oh, and also, I got to throw this in here because I got to talk about My Hero every One Punch Man podcast. But I think Horikoshi is like kind of racist against Americans somehow, even though he's a Westaboo, which is kind of conflicting. When we see like the American cheerleaders during the sports festival, they have like they're all American cheerleaders, and they all have like weird pointy noses, and it's like it's odd. And I think it might be like some kind of racist thing.
Those Americans and their goddamn pointed noses.
Yeah, something like that.
Thinking they
let's cancel them.
Just quick, Sundown. Why was the American complaining about the American?
Shit, you got
We
me.
ain't got them noses, damn.
I can't speak Japanese yet, man. Come on.
I mean,
Please
like
don't.
to be honest, like no bullshit. Isn't it true that some of the most racist people in the entire world are Asians towards other Asians?
Hey, man.
I don't know about that.
I feel
Uh,
like that's only because there's so many of them. So like, there's just a general, like, per
I mean,
capita.
Yeah, that may be like just a comedic stereotype that's been like running around for a while. Because like it's not like every like Vietnamese person tries to kill every like Korean that they see, or like every like Malaysian tries to beat up every fucking Singaporean or some shit like that. Like I know I'm not talking about like that, but like discrimination and like stigmas and reverence towards social classes is that like consistent? I mean, none of us are Asian, so like besides us.
I mean, hello. I suppose it is kind of consistent across the countries. I mean, like depending on where you're from. Back where I'm from, there's not too many like class divides. But you go to India, you go to Bangladesh, you go to like China, Japan, then it gets a bit shady. So and the racism thing is probably a consistent thing throughout the whole thing. But we're racist to other Asians. It's not like we're racist to Westerners because we seem to have fun with them.
But like this is just a single person I encountered. This is not representative of the entire group at all. But like when I was in DR, this dumbass woman didn't know that like there were a lot of African Americans in the United States. And I'm like, our president was black. Like, should that represent like to an extent what the majority of the population like is or fears or something like that? So it's like maybe I don't know, bro. I guess I'm just saying like maybe what if these niggas just like it's not that they're racist. They just fucking like see different people as like differently, or like it's just like us. Like we don't look at we're not racist towards Russians, but like I think I'm better than Russians. Not to like
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hands
No, I'm not saying like
We got him. We got him.
I'm not saying an individual saying like for example like if me and a bunch of American niggas ran up on a bunch of Russian niggas, they gonna be tough. I'm kind of scared because the whole stereotype shit, but like, I feel like we can win. Like, nigga, we American out here. They tighten up, right? Red, white, and blue, and shit, whatever it is. And then that plays in the background. You know, on their ass. So I don't know. This maybe is like some cultural shit. It's just how like Japanese people view some black people. I don't know.
So, if anyone's just joining in, welcome to the One Punch Man podcast, where we talk about One Punch Man exclusively. One Punch Man.
I don't even know what the hell we were talking about.
Well, wasn't it Zhoniin's boy? What's his name? Israel Adesanya, who he trained in China for a bit, an MMA fighter, and he was like every time he was out, the Chinese people would just be there like taking pics of him because he's one like 6 foot something black guy there. So I'm not sure if it's just like racism purely. It's more kind of we don't get many of the black kind down here.
That was a good Chinese accent.
Thanks, man.
All right, but I guess that's it for the whole darky topic. But
Yeah, Puri Puri Prisoner calls Darkshine Darky in the webcomic. That's what that all is all about.
Yeah, be like that.
At least he didn't call him Dark Boy.
or just boy.
Shine Boy would have made sense coming out of Purry's mouth, I think. Doesn't it?
You gonna beat his ass?
It
for
depends
being
on
boy,
how
boy?
he says it.
He only calls people that are like smaller and younger than him boy.
It depends on how he says boy.
There's only half of that equation that works.
Cool chapter. I think, quick thoughts, I think Garou and Darkshine has the potential to be one of the best fights that we've seen thus far. Because I believe that they're going to be very close in power. Just from how Garou was able to destroy Puri Puri, he beat his ass. It wasn't even a contest. And Child Emperor looked pretty impressive just from the brief exchange he had with Evil Natural Water. So I don't know how that's going to end up. I feel like Child Emperor has exhausted all his resources, and obviously, I don't think that Last Attack is going to do anything to Evil Natural Water. It would be really cool if someone like Metal Knight showed up to save him. That would be super dope.
Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with that. It's like you guys have said, these are two of the most hyped up characters in the series, Garou, Darkshine. And it's going to be interesting seeing how it goes, obviously, with Darkshine's, crazy defenses against Garou's growth rate. That's pretty interesting. And then, yeah, and a cool gadgets by Child Emperor as well was welcome too. Like, I didn't expect Lego out of everything, but it was really cool. Yeah, good chapter though.
I didn't expect Darkshine to run up on Garou, not gonna lie. And I kind of expect the same thing as Satsuki. I was about to say your full screen name that would have not ended well. But
I just noticed it.
That's a trap, man. Why you gotta be like that? But yeah, so if they are evenly matched, I'd love to see how Garou's gonna kind of have enough time to heal up a little bit before he starts encountering other S-class heroes, especially if Child Emperor gets wind of it through his transponder of any kind. But yeah, I was not expecting that. I was thoroughly impressed by Child Emperor. He's got some moves, man. Like I think I underestimated this kid quite a bit.
Fucking trash.
I know Zarso is heated.
All
Is
these
he?
motherfuckers out here talking shit about my dog.
Damn,
He
but
hates
yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
Griever was a little annoyed by how
I know.
Child was able to dodge those jet blasts.
Them pussy ass niggas, bro. Why? This man literally, bro. Phoenix was talking that hot shit, bro. That cash money in front of his ass, bro. He was sitting there eating that lollipop, like, yeah, keep talking shit, boy. And he came at him a whole wall, bro. A whole invisible wall, bro, without moving in front of his ass while he was talking, man. I don't want to hear shit about speed and quickness, man. Suck that dick, man. How fast as hell, bro.
But
I think we're good.
All right, go ahead.
But he softened up when someone explained like part of that might have been supplemented by the robotic arms. And it was like, okay, that makes more sense then.
Fuck no, it wasn't. That was all him, bruh. And tell that nigga to keep his pussy soft the entire time, man. That's how it's supposed to be.
Also, he didn't know that apparently he's as strong as a bear. But he was like, that doesn't work.
He's twice as strong as a bear.
Yeah.
So he ain't even got
crazy.
facts, bitch. Fuck out of here with that credulous system.
Oh my god.
Hell no,
What was that one?
Out here doubting Child without the facts? Go home, bitch. I bet niggas don't even know he got a satellite. How many satellites you got, Kishin?
Hey, what? Yeah, what? What?
All right.
What?
I don't want to hear shit else about a Child, man. Until y'all niggas get a satellite, Child Emperor that nigga, man. Fuck out of here. Continue.
I
I
wasn't
My
saying
bad.
anything negative about him.
just gotta let that out.
Apparently. Well, you've been letting that build for a few days.
All right, go ahead.
I think that was all I had, man.
Yeah, Child Emperor. It's interesting because I also thought that he used all of his resources against Phoenix Man. So it was cool to see a new little thing from him with that Lego snowman skiing thing that could shoot ice breath. Probably would have helped against Phoenix Man if he used that, but I guess he was saving it. And yeah, Garou versus Darkshine. The artwork was amazing as usual. And man, just such a tease. It's awesome that it's set up and it's nice that we're gonna see it, but I want it now. I don't want to wait.
Oh yeah, I forgot to complain about that.
And I'm not trying to spoil anything because I'm not, but there's a chance that we might not see this fight for 2 chapters.
Well, that's not that bad.
I would say it's more likely that we don't see it soon than we actually do.
Well, we didn't see Garou for a year in real time, so
That
2
is
chapters ain't
true.
that.
I mean, it's like the entire climate of this entire arc, the past 3 months has been about setting shit up and not seeing it. So it's not like I don't expect it, and it's kind of like I don't want to say it's leaving like a sour taste in my mouth, but like I'm having to depend on the fact that I know it's gonna have a payoff. I know for a fact all these fights are gonna have a great payoff, but like, fuck, dog, stop doing this. Like, stop.
Well, that was before though, and that is true. There has been a lot set up, but recently we just got the entire Neon Drive Night like mini arc, like from start to finish. So now that that's over, we're going back to all of the other storylines that's established already.
Getting to the bones of the webcomic material.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. And like the thing is that the shit hasn't even like hit the fan yet.
Wait, what?
Like there's this a big thing, like the big thing that's going to like happen hasn't even happened yet. Like there's so much more that needs to go down in this arc. There's so much more. Like it's probably going to take like, I don't know, like another 2 years to finish it.
Wow. This is going to be a long ass arc, apparently.
No, this is a full blown saga.
I kind of
Oh, yeah.
called the Legos, but done a little differently than I originally planned. I thought they were going to be nanobots based around Legos, which I don't know. Also, straight up fucking hypercube in that backpack. So God knows what else he has in there. A hypercube, by the way, is like its own little pocket dimension. So,
Allegedly.
Has everything in there.
also, who else picked up on the DT and what that stands for?
Wait, what?
DT.
There's
Yeah.
a DT on the Legos. What does it stand for? Apparently, I got it.
Oh shit! I
DT on the
no clue.
It stands for Dote, which is Child Emperor's real name.
Oh, I just noticed the DT now. Cool.
Yeah.
Grimm noticed it, and Vive told me that like no one else he had seen had mentioned it or whatever. But he said Grimm did see it, but didn't really go any further into it. So
Yeah,
apparently
'cause
I'm the only one.
Because it's like it's difficult to assume like what it means. Like, I think there were some other encryptions on.
Well, there was a note at the end, and that's how I got it.
Oh, it says it there.
No, he doesn't point it out, but I had forgotten that Child Emperor had an actual name.
No,
No,
I
that's
think,
not what it is.
I think Dote means child emperor or
Yeah,
male virgin in Japanese.
That's how you pronounce his name. Like that's how the Japanese say Child Emperor. It's Dote. So he's literally got it's like having his initials on there. No,
By the
it's
way,
not.
that's pretty cool.
It's not his
confused
real
'cause, like,
name.
Like Metal Bat's real name is Bad, but Child Emperor's real name is not Dote.
It's like if you said Child Emperor in Japanese, it would be said Dote.
Okay. Well,
Is
Much
that
cooler in
yeah?
English.
Because like I gotta ask this. You guys are drawing the connection to the DT, but the quote at the end didn't say that was his name or that. Because I was pointing out that like on the Brave Giant itself and on other portions of his tech, he also has different engravings and words on it, or like. And we've seen on like cover pages or other forms of tech where they have like brand names or shit like that on it. So like, how are we sure that this DT means Dote?
We don't. It's just a guess.
I mean,
Or from if Vib says it, he has, he knows just as much as anyone.
I don't know, bro. Vib has a lot of creditless moments, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But all right.
what does DT
I'm
stand
telling
for?
you,
Grimm?
he's like he's the O'Hara of One Punch Man.
You got it, man. Sorry, bro. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong for that. I'm just saying that, like, yes, it is the most plausible, and yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's no reason to say it's not. But I'm just saying, like, y'all niggas out here, like, oh, this Murata said it was this, man. Like, relax, bro.
Oh no, I was waiting for you to make something up. That's all.
Yeah, I thought there would have been a backstory there.
I was expecting backstory, but just a quick.
stands for Don't Tread.
Stands for Dick Tits.
Don't tread on the dick tits.
Yo, bro, just picture that shit, bro. Ew, dog. Imagine a
You
motherfucker.
don't remember those memes from like last decade, where like you just spammed like the hentai with the dick nipples.
Just spinning.
I guess it's just me.
I was never a part of that. What the heck you're talking about?
I just want the Murata interview where they go into details, and then it's just like translated. It was like, oh, what does this stand for? Just dick tits.
Diku titsu.
Oh shit. Alright, so then let's get it rolling then. Coincidentally, Murata got it rolling on that cover page with this fucking bat. What is that? Is that a Mustang? Be a Camaro?
That's what it looks like to me, like a Shelby Mustang or something.
Bro, that shit look fucking badass, bro. Quick thoughts on the cover page?
Sweet.
Asian
Beautiful.
drivers. This ain't gonna end. There. Just to kind of go full circle with the racism talk earlier.
What happened to you, Kishin?
Yeah, this ain't
I'm
even a
just
Grimm
making a
cell
joke.
anymore.
Yeah, we was talking. I told you, bro. The Grimm cell turned a nigga into a true. He's like a dragon.
Two track.
Oh shit. It kind of makes me want to what's the proper word?
Nut.
No.
Burnout.
No.
Drag race.
It makes me long for more of those sailing like slice of life moments in One Punch. You know, it would be badass to see a chapter where like Genos and Saitama are fucking driving down the desert or some shit to get such a fucking monster or whatever, and you see like Saitama spitting some like psychological or fucking some knowledge down to Genos that it's gonna go over his head or whatever, or he's gonna misinterpret it. But like we're supposed to take it as meaning more than like whatever, like the whole King versus King Saitama conversation shit, something like that. That would be fucking badass, bro.
Did you see the new OVA?
No, actually, I didn't.
It has what you're looking for.
Oh.
For real.
Well,
Yeah.
damn. That worked out perfectly, didn't it?
Damn, nigga. But it's not Murata drawing it though. But it's like getting your dick sucked without having like your balls rubbed and shit like that. Like it's nice or whatever, but it's missing that.
Oh, you're a ball guy?
Hey, whoa, bro! Hold on. There's niggas without balls out here.
I'm sure there's
ball-
somebody out there.
Ball work is not a prerequisite for me.
Whoa. I didn't say it was a prerequisite. I'm just saying like it's a sign of delicacy.
Okay.
Very high class.
Wait, dude. I'm confused how we got here from the Mustang.
A woman of culture knows to cut the balls.
We got here because Grimm said that the OVA compared to the manga is like fellatio without ball work.
He didn't even go in this hard when you said dick tits. I was surprised by that.
Any more thoughts on the cover page?
It reminds me of that one episode where Goku and Piccolo learned how to drive.
Yeah, classic. One of the best episodes.
So it wouldn't be bad to see that, like maybe the day Genos learned how to drive, he's just reading through the manual like Johnny Five real quick. And it's like, I know how to drive. And Saitama's just like, no, you ain't. Get me out.
Driver's seat is on the wrong side.
What's going to happen if he crashes?
New upgrade. Dr. Casino.
No, but you were like in the voice of Saitama, like, no, you're not. Let me out. Like, what's the danger for him?
Well, think about it. Someone just read through a manual. Do you expect them to have the practical experience to drive a car?
Dude, Orochi shot him in the face point blank with a full power beam and it did nothing. I think a car accident is nothing to him.
I'm not talking about like the physical damage. Like he just doesn't want to deal with it.
All right.
But on a side note, he has been drawing a lot of like vehicles lately. Like we got the whole like transportation and armor vehicles in the 120 chapter. The motorcycle that Drive Knight pulled out. This car here is pretty. I think it'd be pretty cool to look back on the chapters to see what other vehicles Borat's has been putting out. I'm pretty sure I've seen. Well, I know we've seen bicycles like Moomin's bike is out there and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if like it's got little model marks and shit on there. And if Moomin starts upgrade, bro.
You know what I want to see? Moomin's original bike, because he originally had a motorcycle.
For real, nigga?
Yeah, but he lost it because he got too many speeding tickets. And that's why he rides the bicycle, and that's why he's the licenseless rider.
Damn, bro, if he get that bike back, nigga, I like that power.
I hope he does.
Just getting what he already had.
It takes him straight up to S class.
Damn, so Moomin low-key fought Sea King nerfed. Low-key.
Yeah, he probably would have killed him with that crash if he had his bike.
Yo, motorized justice crash? Yo! Damn, bro.
Papa Wheelie, face slasher.
That nigga Moomin finna get that upgrade, watch. Alright, so let's get into the chapter. All kinds of thoughts, all kinds of speculations. Viewers, I'm not sure if we're still doing the topic listing on the corner right there. Future Grimm might be lazy. I'm tired as fuck right now. But if it is there, we're gonna be switching through a lot of topics and addressing a lot of different things quickly. Because there's a lot to get to. This chapter was like, nigga, this is it, bro. But Pooty had that thing done to him, accordingly, back in, I think it was 115. And here, is this like a huge time skip? Or like, how much has happened from this moment to when we last seen in 115? Because it seems like Pooty even referenced towards the end of this chapter that like, without a scratch, he got bodied. So is that implying that like, he attempted to like, come after his ass and just failed? Or like, is this immediately after that chapter?
That's a good question. But I think it's immediately happening at the same time. Like, this is essentially just happening right after the whole sequence in 115. Because, like, Perry fell down and he couldn't get up. And then when he was on his knee, I guess you can just assume that that's when Garou blasted him through the wall. Because, like, there would be no extended fight for them to have for time to pass. Because Perry couldn't do anything. And even if he did, he'd be like pretty much like already incapacitated if there was an extended fight. So I'm assuming that this is all happening in real time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then maybe the whole Neon and Drive Night thing was happening in real time as well.
He beat the pants out of that motherfucker.
Yeah, The Rock, on the first page, I noticed that The Rock is positioned perfectly to cover his balls twice.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like, thank you.
You see just enough dick root.
Oh, shit. All right, because I definitely agree with that. Like, from what we've seen, he shouldn't have. Even in that chapter, he mentioned he really couldn't move. So, even if there was more, I think it would be like a few panels, you know, and then it wouldn't be consequential because we just got described what those panels would have been. Him not being able to lay a scratch on Garou. So, yeah, it's probably safest to say that this is immediately after that. The next thing I wanted to ask then, Pooty. Well, let me ask this first before I go into that question. You know, we'll make that question a 1 A B C type question, right? So, just in one word, or let's use numbers 1 through 10. Describe Pooty's durability in your opinion in a scale 1 through 10. 1 being like fucking Lily, and 10 being Boros' ship.
Wait, why is Lily 1? Wait.
Whoa. That's an insane scale. That needs way more numbers to it.
All right. Fucking, there are no other good marker. All right, Bug God to fucking. Nah, that's a bad marker too. Fuck it, bro. 1 to 100. Lily's pussy.
What?
Huh? We need
Run that back.
You might have to edit that out.
Yeah, run that back.
Yeah, remember, YouTube ain't playing that.
No, not even because
not even
because of that. Just because, you know, Lily.
She underage, man.
Yeah, big time.
Hold on.
We tried to tell him. He does not care.
Hold on, bro. Let me ask y'all this, bro. How many numbers run the clock?
24.
Not enough.
I like that we all gave different answers.
I go by military time, all right?
I
Yep.
don't.
All right, but seriously. So, what, like in the single word, like tell me, describe Pootie's durability, single word.
I'd give it a 6.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah, I
go
agree with that,
7 range myself. Because he's still alive and conscious.
Okay.
6.5.
6.5. All right.
Maybe 7. But I don't know. 6.5. I'm feeling 6.5. He's no chump. He's pretty durable. I mean, like Vacuuma, full power, like blasted him point blank, and he just guarded it and took it no problem.
It's the sound of
Ate
Pootie
it.
eating that
I was about to say ate it like a sandwich.
whole meal, bro.
Ate it like his boyfriend's ass.
Whoa, what?
Oh, man.
What's going on here?
That was me.
Grimm has polluted your mind. You've been speaking to him too long, man.
What? He isn't in jail doing that?
Exactly, man.
You gonna tell me that right now?
No, he hasn't done to him. He doesn't do it to others.
Pootie's a giving type, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He's just out here knitting sweaters all innocent like, and you guys like, no, he eat an ass though.
All right. So it sounds like we all respect Pootie's durability. So like, burst of armor or not, whatever, if you're counting that into the situation or not, he got slammed through several walls. Like this wasn't some like regular ass like kick or punch, or he just get thrown through a wall. Like this was several walls. Or was on the other end of that. How do you take that into account? Like how do you register that feat? Is that a display of Garou's tough strength? Is that a display of Pootie's durability? Is that a display of Garou's lack of strength that Pootie isn't knocked out? How are you looking at this? And please don't say, oh, it's all of that. Yeah. Nah, nigga, it's like choose one.
Some of that.
It has factors of all because I see 4 walls that he busted through, and there's at least a good 6 to 8 feet in between them based on room and hallway sizes we've seen. And he didn't lose any momentum going through those until he started, skidding across the ground and flipping. So,
Speaking of that, pretty impressive hallway here.
My
Good
nigga.
depth. Good depth too.
Bro, you seen the walls, the brick walls, bro? Yo, that shit was raw.
that's a nice brownstone the monsters got done.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was the nigga was putting in that work with that hallway, but it's the main hallway, man. The main. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you must have broken down in tears when you saw Child Emperor in that little open expanse.
Bro. Let's not.
Yeah, that like MC Escher thing going on.
I actually thought it was that same room, but then I was like, no, it's not. I did like that first panel where like the wall is starting to bulge from Purry going through it. I liked how the bricks were drawn.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I was like, what the hell's coming through that?
But yeah, I think it showed that Garou put a lot of force behind whatever he just did to Pootie. But I'm so convinced that Garou's not in the state of mind where he's actively trying to kill people, and he's kind of out of it. He doesn't look completely conscious. His eyes are widened out, right? So I don't think he's actively like putting 100% force in. This is just kind of what would be a good example. Kind of, he's just unconscious but letting out a little bit of steam.
I was thinking like instinctual self-defense. Somebody just showed up. I was just strapped to a wall, so it's like, fuck you.
Yeah, kind of when like Ichigo goes kind of rabies hollow mode. A bit like that, but without the killing intent.
Though if it was anybody else, they would have been dead.
No, I was going to agree with Sundown. Like, I think like I know you don't want to say it's all of it, but obviously like Puri's defense, but like Garou's restraint as well. The fact he's still like he's more monstrous than he's ever been before, yet he's still not killing people. You know, even like as Sundown said, he's not fully conscious, but he's still making that decision, like, you know, not to kill. And definitely Puri's defense durability is part of that, but I think that's definitely something there too.
Oh, on your comment, I wanna ask this because that makes 100% sense, and it should be looked at that way. Or check this: is he conscious? Because he didn't use the water stream, or excuse me, the whirlwind or the water stream. And I'm not saying he has to, but is he conscious?
Nah, dude, if he was conscious, he would have realized that there's a big, hairy, naked man stood in front of him. And he would have said something about his dong or something.
It's up for debate right now, but I think that like the whirlwind, if he would have used that, he would have straight up killed him. That's like a killing move.
For sure. That's why that's the exact point as to why I'm bringing it up. If he was conscious, would he have used the whirlwind, or would he have held back, like Matt has mentioned, characteristically, and not have killed a human? I know this is one punch and we don't really kill people, so we could use that reasoning to like, no, he wouldn't kill him.
No, that's not true. Just Garou just doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
It might have depended if he recognized Puri or not. Because remember, he didn't have a full knowledge of like the S-Class and everything. So does he even know about Puri right now? Would he have, you know, viewed him as a threat?
Boros killed like thousands of people.
He's an alien goddamn conqueror.
Right.
Of course he did.
No, I mean thousands of human beings.
Millions. It's a city, bro. In a regular city, there's early millions of people, man. In small cities, there's millions of people, bro. He low-key killed like tens of millions of people with that shit, dog.
All right, I don't know about all that, but he killed a lot of people. That was enough. That was enough for the deaths. We can go a while without deaths now.
Split second.
If only.
Oh, niggas gone. Split second. Saitama was like, "What's that?" Fuck, bro. All right.
But yeah, to answer your question, which was would Garou have unleashed the whirlwind attack? I don't think he would have, even if he was conscious. I don't think he has it in him yet to just straight up slay a guy. That's just my 2 cents.
So maybe after his next Zenkai, he might be more in the mood. It's like, I keep getting my ass beat or something.
He
It's like,
might have to
screw
use it to. He might have to start using it to hurt Darkshine if water flowing doesn't do anything to him. So he can actually pierce through his skin.
I think it was more of the defeat of Puri just to show how much Garou has improved since his ass whooping from Orochi. Because like the last time we seen him, the last time we seen him beat in S-Class was Metal Bat. Yeah, I think so. And that was like a high, like with Tank Top, that was like a mid difficult fight. With Metal Bat, that was high. But with Puri, and he calls himself the weakest, but I don't think he's the weakest. But he pretty much just demolished him. So we kind of see the improvement, you know, over the course of the series. And he just looks physically stronger. It might just be his posture or whatever, but he literally just looks a lot bigger than even chapter 115. Yeah. He on the roids. But and damn. I think it's also that we're trying to frame Garou as like a berserk type of like animal, basically, because he attacked Puri, no talking, just yelling, just screaming. That's it, and he just whooped his ass. So I think he's going to be in that state for a while, where he's just attacking anything that moves, like on some Rover shit.
Yeah, he is pretty big now. If you like compare him in this chapter to like when you first see him in like chapter 40 or something, he's like twice as big. But comparing this defeat to see how powerful it is. So like Puri before he had the bristle armor and before he had like his pseudo regeneration abilities that he has, he took a feline retribution, but that didn't like knock him down. Like it definitely wrecked him, but like when he's like about to fall, he catches his footing and he stands up, and then he's like okay, and he can keep going. But with Garou, one water stream and no getting up, and that he already had the bristle at that point. So big difference.
And they're both surprise attacks, so you don't even have that going, for him.
Yeah.
So now that we've established our opinion that it's just more of a display of Garou's indomitable capability, and that maybe even on the low end, we should see this as an accomplishment for Puri for being awake and able to communicate after this display. Now, Matt did chalk it up to the fact that like he doesn't kill humans, but we've all seen people incapacitated by Garou before, so everything seems to be able to hold up for now, and there isn't like any interruptions in Matt's overall prediction of Garou's well, it's not overall prediction. This is literally what the story's like alluding to the entire time, that Garou doesn't kill people, and that there may be a huge like turning point or pivoting point in that storyline. But the other pivoting point in the motherfucking storyline is this big ass motherfucking nigga Darkshine coming through, bro. Darkshine coming through with the bangs on him, bro. Yo, he out here, bro.
Thanks.
Bro, this is the powerhouse bit. When we talk about like big ass destruction and shit, bro, we're talking about one of the niggas who leads the S class in that shit, bitch. Sure, Tatsumaki out there, bro. Sure, King out there, bro. Sure, Bang out there, bro. Sure, Child out there, bro. But Darkseid, nigga, he's supposed to be the poster boy for that DC. So the first thing I'll ask about this, the highest potentials for this character as of this part in the story right now, are we expecting like some fucking giant fist strike type shit? Like, is he gonna be dwarfing Child's feats? Like, this is a guy who has that type of hype. Like, being manga onlys, besides Zoe here, we're walking through the community timeline at a different pace than Zoe's. So even though he sees and experiences the same hype that we do, he gets a different take on it. But from our end, this is one of the biggest pillars of hype in the series. Sure, you got Flashy. Sure, you got fucking Atomic. Sure, you got a Metal Knight, who's a huge one right now. The Blast shit. All kinds of like crazy ass guys who have a lot of hype to him we want to see for. But Darkshine is one of them for real, my nigga. He's like top 3. What's up with this, bro? What are y'all expecting with this nigga?
All out brawl. Like I said, I expect this to be one of the best fights that we've seen, because I feel like it's just a feeling. I can't really prove it, but I feel like this is going to be a lot more evenly matched than we've seen Garou's fights. Because usually either he's beating, like the only one where he was like on the same level, I feel like for real is like Metal Bat at that time. Even then, he was winning that fight up until the last moment. But I think like the setup for it is perfect, because we had Darkshine who beat Bug God in his transformed state, and of course Bug God with fucking Royal Ripper. They jumped his ass, and Garou wasn't even able to do anything against Bug God. When you talk about eating something like a sandwich, he ate that mother. Ooh, that was
Nasty
tasty.
seconds.
Yeah, seconds. He was not full at all. He could have ate all that shit. But so now like this is going to be like the test, because we got the guy who beat Bug God in his Bug Guy in his transformed state. Now we get like, this is like a real test for Garou, other than like him fighting Bang or something.
Yeah, and also thinking about it, like in terms of like obviously people building up Darkshine as the strongest, apart from Saitama, he is probably like the physically strongest human out there, which I think builds up a bit more. So apart from the guy who can beat anyone in one punch, we've got this guy who would hold the title of the physically strongest person. to go up against someone who we know time and time again goes up against a foe, and either, you know, he loses but he gains something from it, or he grows throughout the fight and eventually beats them. This, as Satsuki said, should be one of the best fights.
Yeah, this fight is definitely it's something I look forward to, because like agree with everybody what you've been saying. You know, Darkshine here, or Darky as Perry likes to call him. Only his friends get to call him Dark, but a pillar to the association at large. I mean, you know, he was like the bodyguard for the headquarters and everything, so they obviously have a lot of stock in him. So, you know, and we've never seen him lose, much less struggle in a fight. So,
Not even close.
so yeah, it's like, I don't even sweat, I just shine. So, but yeah, against someone who just keeps getting stronger with every defeat and everything. So, and we don't really know the extent of Garou's power at the moment. So this could be a fight for the ages of the series. So I'm just looking forward to it, you know? I mean, Darkshine we don't get to see much from anyway, so it's always good to see one of his fights, even if it lasts literally a nanosecond.
Oh, no. That's not good. That is not good. That's my biggest fear right now. The next question I was gonna ask after Sundown and Zoe elaborate upon their points is fucking Beach, is this shit gonna get avoided, or somehow like is a rock gonna fall and split them up and then Garou gets lost in some bullshit, or like
Oh, is it going to get interrupted? Oh yeah.
man, like I'm so scared of that shit. But we'll hop on that fear in a second. What's up, Zoe and Sundown?
Yeah, so the interruption then. First, for starters, I think it's going to be an even fight. That's what I'm hoping for, like just a full hand-to-hand, old-school beatdown on both sides. I really don't see Darkshine losing, but I don't see Garou losing either, which is what's making it difficult. But then I don't see how it's going to continue on from that point if neither of them can knock the other out, because I don't feel like Garou should be able to knock Darkshine out at this point. And I feel like Darkshine needs to struggle in this fight, otherwise it's not worth it from a viewer's perspective. So there has to be some sort of like Garou running away to either heal up or probably waking up and just wondering like, who the frick is this guy in front of me, and maybe some sort of interruption. I don't know, but I'd love to see a full-blown fight before we get to that point. And to be fair, I'd like to see a conclusion as well.
Well, we don't. In the question about Darkshine's moveset, at this point, we've only seen him do like one real attack, and it was like a right hook to Bug God. Other than that, he just like touched monsters and they exploded and ran through them and clapped them. So he's pretty much just like a physical guy. So like I guess he just has like a physical moveset.
You know, imagine him stroking your girl, bro.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think about it all the time.
That'd be the biggest clap. Like just every stroke, just
Didn't we cover this with Mizuki last time?
I'm pretty sure there's a part about someone being up in the corner of your room at some point.
Just watching.
Yeah. And I think about him doing my girl. That's pretty much it.
All right, so is it possible for this fight to get like interrupted, or like, because I was thinking Child fought a demon and then quickly after encountered a fucking dragon, the same demon, but like no, it was a dragon fight. So even though it's a longer time distance, could this be similar to that formula, or like is it more like the flashy thing where like he's probably not?
I mean, anything could happen. I mean, Garou versus Puri was interrupted by this. So like something else could, in theory, happen. There's a whole bunch of shit there's a whole bunch of shit going on down here.
Yeah,
at the same
that's
time.
right. Tario could run by. Black Sperm could run into them.
I know we throw around the Tario card, but
Niggas
it's still.
really said Tario.
Well,
He's been
it's
running for a long time.
He blitzes them.
He could be running down. He could have heard the blast through the walls and be like, maybe there's a hero that way. I need to go get help. You know? And then he runs into Darkshine, and Darkshine's like, oh, you're the kid I heard about. And then that's when Garou, he's like, you don't touch him.
Yo, low-key, that shit was trash, but it's the most plausible thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie, you keep just putting that shit out, bro. Like, Tario dead ass might show up. Fuck, bro.
Like I said, we don't, like, when was the last time we even saw him? When he was running away from the Black Sperm Atomic Samurai fight. So, and that's been, what?
I think that was like 112 or something like that.
So yeah, that's been like 8-9 chapters ago. We haven't seen or heard anything about the kid. And like, the heroes have been made somewhat aware of that there's another hostage down there, or what they perceive as a hostage, you know. He is, but you know what I mean.
So are we, like, because like I said, that makes sense. So should we potentially start seeing the heroes as like the fucking, like, the Royal Ripper Bud God situation? Not to that extent, obviously, but look at it like this. There's an innocent child here.
Oh god, this is about to get dark.
No. There's a motherfucking goddamn dirty, vicious monster here that happens to look like a man. Now, he's coming after this fucking kid. He seems to have some kind of interest with this kid, and he may even wake up from unconsciousness or consciousness, whatever, to talk about that kid or warn you about that kid. So, wouldn't it be your prerogative as a hero to involve yourself with protecting that kid?
Wait, which monster looks like a person are you talking about?
Garou.
Nigga, Garou!
No, that's what I was like. What?
You were the guy known as the human monster.
No, because I was like, surely it's not. Like, I was like, what?
Black people are monsters? Is that what you said?
Yo, Keisha's racist as fuck, high key, bro.
I want like a cut from the very first podcast Keisha was on to this moment right here. Mate, he's going through his monsterization. He's the Garou of the podcast.
Well, look, with the, like,
I am a Kishin after all, a evil demon god, you know?
Your power is obscene racism.
I wish it wasn't, but apparently it's what I've been told. But yeah, like, I wasn't even thinking about that.
But yeah, think about the analogy like that. Like, these people are trying to, quote unquote, protect Tadio, but not to Garou. So it's the exact same thing as what happened before. These individuals are getting involved with the thing that he, quote unquote, again, seems to prize most. So it's the scenario's all back in a twist all over again. But like, what's to say Tario don't show up and Darkshine gives him a hug and be like, hey, so sit down over there, bro. And then Garou comes behind him, hey, nigga, bam! You trying to take that nigga's cheeks? Type shit, you know? Confuse him for a pedophile, and that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Imagine what what Garou would do to a fucking pedophile, bro. I'm like, come on, man.
Could Darkshine perhaps have the reflexes to stop a punch mid-strike if Tario jumped in the way to protect Garou? It's like, don't hurt my friend.
He is fast as fuck, dog. Tario, like, I keep thinking it's like these situations where Tario could be fast as hell.
I'm just saying, it's like, because they both might be broken after that one. I don't know. It's like, oh shit, it's the kid. It's like, fist stop.
Tario peeks around the corner, sees Darkseid about to kill Garou, and his speed misses that nigga. Hey, chill.
Swear, if Tario does that, the next chapter, he better catch the flashy slash.
Hey, who's to say that Garou doesn't accidentally kill Tario himself while he's in his unconscious form?
Oh my god, what have I done?
He wakes up and he sees this kid with no head. He's like, oh shit! What the fuck is this?
Damn,
I didn't notice the bald spot. No!
Oh no, Orochi! Damn you! How could you kill this kid? Oh, I'll get you, Orochi.
No, but seriously,
That sucks.
are we like considering the possibility of Tario showing up? Like, is that plausible or something? Or like,
Of course.
Yeah, I am now.
Just the fact that it's been a while since the last time we saw him, and we know he's running around wherever. That's why it's with every passing chapter, especially when Garou is involved. I plan to see him at some point. Because otherwise, what's the point of him being involved in the story at all? Past his initial, like friendship that he formed with Garou. Garou.
Dude, if Tario runs in between like an attack from Garou and an attack from Darkshine, that would be the ugliest stain on the wall.
That's what I said. Can Darkshine stop that mid-strike,
I think Darkshine, that would be the most horrific game of patty cake I've seen in my life.
Wait, what if he curves his punch and then hits himself in the face so he doesn't hit the kid?
Darkshine takes himself out.
Nah, he can't. He said that he doesn't know how to hurt himself.
Which proves he's tried.
Yeah, I admire the body positivity on Darkshine.
We also got another badass widespread. We've been
So good.
Hell yeah, dog. We've been juggling the idea of doing like a fucking like top 100 like widespread video from shit like that, but the copyright possibilities are so ripe. So it's
That is true.
Yeah, it's always good to at least look at these and acknowledge like we're not this effort, because this is JoJo-esque. Like all you needed was
you do see a large buff man, so it is very JoJo-esque.
Yeah, bro. Like this shit, like the posing, like you can see like the veins on Darkshine and shit, like the texture of his back, like just, and then fucking Garou sitting there posed up like that, bro, with the stripes of smoke all up and down his like bandages and shit, just sitting there with his arms out ready, bit like my nigga, like this is a juggernaut fight. Dude. Like this is really like, this ain't. I'm sorry to put it like this, but I'm not saying that I'm downplaying other fights, but this ain't fucking Gums versus Pig God. This is not that.
These are physically fit. They're not.
This
is a big deal. Gums versus Pig God. See, I almost forgot his name because he's so relevant.
Oh my god.
That's fun and all. My mask versus not even. You're ugly. Homeless Emperor versus Zombie Man, Atomic versus Black Sperm. That's all cool, but this is like a banger. This is like a main event.
And the Garou looks so monster.
His
Like you can, yeah, that's what I was going to point to. Like it looks like he has like claws almost now.
In my reaction, I compared it to the Zombie Man versus Pure Blood double spread. Because, good matchup and everything, and, it's stylized as fuck.
No, that's just like
we
top
all
10,
love.
bro. That's just for sure top 10, bro. That Zombie Man shit was like, that was... Nigga, that shit was it, but that shit was it.
Oh, people
Still my
still
favorite
posting
shot.
it in the Discord.
Opinions on the Disciples versus Evil Natural Water. Bro, hold on, bro.
Opinions.
Fuck all
Wait,
that.
what's wrong now?
Fuck all that shit, dog.
What's up?
I want to talk about this water, bro. Yo, but nigga, did y'all see the fish maneuvering in between the jet streams, bit? Like what? Bro, like, so you hop on a stream, bit, that's going fast as fuck. And when you get to the prime position, you hop down, cut through that nigga, hop into the next stream, and then cut through the other shit, come back at his ass, and cut him. Bro, Evil Natural Water has the ability to, like, dynamically attack you, man. Like, nigga, this...
Wouldn't that be saying more for the fish than it would evil natural water, though?
They a squad.
Like, he's
Yeah,
just-
the fish are acting independently.
But they're a squad.
Yeah.
They said they're a symbiotic phenomenon. So them niggas, you know,
Which I'm thinking they must be part salmon. Because, you know, like those salmon tubes so that they can migrate, you know, to their spawning waters? That's
They
probably
told
what
they told you what it was.
yeah, they said the name when they introduced
And
them.
we looked it up, and it was like a real fish.
the
It wasn't salmon.
No, I said like that kind of relationship with the water, like how they could just stream
Oh.
through the tubes. That's all I was comparing it to.
They ain't salmon, all right?
But the mad doctor fish.
Ah, yeah, there you go. That's what it was.
Are y'all like, y'all niggas like not hyped for this water, bro? Like, fuck going on?
Nah, if this was like not coming after Garou and Darkshine, I'd be hyped as hell.
Yeah, if this was the first part of the chapter.
But it's like, I want to see Garou versus Darkshine. I don't care about Evil Natural Water versus Zone.
I
We're
mean,
basically
I
seeing
mean, I
Zelda
do
versus
care.
the water temple boss now.
Yeah, I mean, I do care, and it's cool, but like, Garou versus
Or Link,
Darkshine.
not Zelda.
The reason why I'm not too hyped, like Shonen said, like it's coming off like a fight we really wanted to see in the first half, then we get this. It's not like, no, it's not like it's bad. It's just it's like a drop off. But I'm not too hyped about it because I know Child Emperor isn't going to win. He cannot win this fight. The way that Evil
Nigga,
Natural
what
Water
the
was
fuck,
hyped
bro?
up. What? You want me to say it again? Child Emperor is not winning this fight. He's not winning this fight.
This nigga creditless as fuck, bro.
All right. Hey, that's fine with me. He's not winning this fight. If he wins this fight, shit, I don't even know what I'll do. But
Wait, so you don't think he won at the end?
Nah.
if that would be the most trollish shit I've ever seen, like, and I'm talking about, you know, more trollish than the whole tickle bot shit, more trollish than Saitama just popping up, yeah, just popping up everywhere. That would be the most trollish shit ever. I'm sorry, cause like the way they are Evil Natural Water, they got this nigga in a safe. You gotta lock this our secret weapon. Like even Garou cannot control him, and then he gets frozen like a water bottle.
Today.
Like, what the fuck? That would be so. That would be so. Oh no, I couldn't handle that. But no. I just cannot see it happen. That's why I said like the whole Metal Knight thing, and the only reason why I say that is because of Metal Knight's relationship with Child Emperor, and it will be like just like the most redeeming thing for Metal Knight because you got. Well, I don't know if you guys know how I feel about it. I don't like Metal Knight mainly because he just like bitched out and was like, yeah, I don't want to fight, even though he doesn't pull up himself in person. I mean, nigga, you got robots, not like you in the flesh. But if he were to show up or something like that, considering him and Child Emperor's relationship, because it seems like he's like the only person he really trusts with any information, that would be dope, and it'll like it'll definitely make me see him in a more positive light. Because, yeah, I don't fuck with him.
I'm wondering, because he mentions like body regulation for the temperature and everything of the water, which I don't even know how he would have known that in the first place. But instead, if the ice doesn't work, what if he goes the total opposite end of the spectrum and just evaporates him, like I've been saying for fucking weeks and months?
Yeah, I think we were all kind of vouching on an evaporation technique of some sort. Was not expecting. Yeah, wasn't expecting him to get frozen. And you're right about that shout. To be fair, he expected him to not regulate his body temperature. Pretty sure even if something regulates their body temperature, they can be frozen, like flash frozen, like that.
What?
Hey,
Bro,
Child
what
Emperor
the
got
fuck
the
is the point
weakest
of
though.
body regulation then, bro? Nigga, that's the entire point of fucking all them animals like fucking going underneath the places to like stay
It's
warm.
not a traditional animal to begin with.
Listen, bro. He didn't attack.
Like there's fish in it.
He noted what the possible foil for the attack would be, and then he noted when the monster didn't have it, so he was good. Y'all niggas just complaining.
Like I could see him taking out the fish with that tactic, but I'm not sure if the water is going to, have such body regulations.
Yeah, he's like trying to apply some logical law thing to like this mystical creature. I mean, we seen a fucking nigga with a bird costume revive other ninjas. Like, I'm pretty sure he'll be fine after just being in some cold, in a cold climate. He'll be good.
Y'all niggas just said that you should evaporate him. What's the difference?
Yeah, we're talking about like I'm not talking about like Child Emperor with his tools that he just had on the back burner. He'd even used this shit versus Phoenix Man. This is like his like Z. So this ain't no strong shit. We talking about evaporation. We're talking about niggas best weaponry, like Genos or something like that with his upgraded gear. I don't believe that this what Child Emperor uses even like. I don't think it's like anything like super impressive. Because like he even downplayed Evil Natural Water. He was like, "Oh, this is like a easier fight than Phoenix Man," which it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, especially if he's limited on tech, as he's apparently said, and everything else. That is weird.
I mean, we're not arguing or pushing the narrative that like Child Emperor's like gonna like fucking monopolize his fight. It's obvious that like Evil Natural Water has more to him. It's just that like I don't know, man. I don't know what you. To me, it seems like you guys should be like degrading Evil Natural Water, not degrading Child Emperor. But y'all niggas are talking shit about Child. What's this grudge with Child, bro?
That's not what's happening. He doesn't have it. He used his best. He used his best. He used his best. Yeah, he used his best weapons. So I don't expect him to take out a dragon level threat. You know, it's just. I can't see it happen. The only one who can really like do something where they exhaust everything they have and they can still use more is like, I don't know, like Garou or something.
Yeah, if he pulls out another Brave Giant, I'm gonna be pissed.
What? Come on!
Oh, hey, he could call in one of the prototypes. I did drop that at some point.
Wasn't Brave Giant the prototype?
Yeah.
I'm talking about you can go through like multiple phases of prototypes to get what you want. And Brave Giant is just like the most up-to-date prototype because it's still not perfect.
This seems like theory video territory.
I already did it.
Some Iron Man shit.
Yeah, Iron Man 3.
I
yeah,
went
but
there.
it's like regardless, Satsuki, I agree. Like he shouldn't be like fucking up the dragon, but like. Why not? He's a number 3 hero, bro.
No, he's not.
I can't see Child Emperor taking out 2 dragon level threats in the same arc.
Ooh, nah. I would not be a fan of that.
What?
Grimm,
so Flashy can do it in less than a minute, but what?
Yeah, but when I'm talking about 2 dragon level threats, like we always look at Gale Wind and Hellfire Flame as like a pair. We don't really even separate them like that. It would be different if it was like somebody like Black Sperm and like shit, I don't know who else, like Nyan or something like that. Like when we think of those 2 in particular, it's always like, when you think of one, the other is going to jump you. So it's not like
so you're saying we should count that as one threat?
No. I'm not saying like they're set like together. They're only like dragons together or something like that. I'm just saying like
they have good.
It's not this
with one another.
They're only impressive.
Yeah, no. Let's stop, nigga. Let's stop with this troll shit. That's not what I'm saying at all. When I'm saying he shouldn't beat 2 dragon level threats, like he's not. Those 2 ninjas aren't as impressive as someone like I think how Even Natural Water will be in the future, and how Phoenix Man has shown to be. That would be crazy.
So you think that current child can't be a person as impressive as the dragons that we expect? Okay, so there's a tier dragon. All right, bet. So then, what if even natural water like falls short of your expectations, and he's not that tier of a dragon? Will it then be okay for Child Emperor to fucking body this nigga after a tough fight?
Fuck no.
What the fuck, man?
The thing I'm wondering most about Evil Natural Water is because he's called water, but I'm wondering, water has other states of being. Like, can he possibly control himself while he's frozen in the next chapter that we see him in? Or if the evaporation route is taken, can he become Evil Natural Steam?
This nigga said Evil Natural Steam, man.
Hey, yes, let's do it. I don't know, man. It's not even like my expectations. It's the series. They said that Garou cannot control this dude. If this nigga is like end up being like some low dragon type of that doesn't work. No.
Yeah, Satsuki's on the money here. All of the other cadres are compliant, but he's the one who has like some serious hype on him, and they had to lock him away for a reason.
I think it's because he ain't got a brain to control.
They didn't even expect anyone to find him. They had him in a safe. Like, they didn't pull him out like how Black Sperm. They didn't put him into position, into a squad like the rest of them. He was like last resort shit. Like, if we're fucking really losing, we'll pull him out.
Loose the nuke.
Like, we'll tip the glass case over if we're really in dire straits.
Call Albino Saber. He'll do it. That's what I call that one monster.
Who?
The cat monster that broke the safe.
I
call him Albino Saber.
Should make a video about
him. No. What about how I came to this conclusion he should be called this, even though
hey, every time I suggest you guys make a video, it winds up doing good when you actually make it.
I don't know how I could stretch that past 30 seconds.
They done make it a minute.
I said I couldn't do it for 30.
Still growing.
Just talk slow.
It don't work. Anyway.
The next part I want to address so how do I put this? It looks like Palpatine himself has come to lay the law.
No spoilers.
Who's Palpatine? What? I'm confused.
It looks like the Dark Lord of the Sith has taken hold of my boy.
I'm still confused.
It looks like the baddest motherfucker in the galaxy that come through with my nigga Child, man. Yo, Child out here with this fucking lightsaber just out there cutting, deucing, slicing, boosting, flipping, kicking, dipping, like tripping. do that thing to niggas in the lightsaber, man. So we gotta, always go to this point here. Child Emperor swordsmanship superior to Zombie Man?
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry.
His swordsmanship is superior to Zombie.
Yeah. Jedi Emperor.
Wait, Zombie? When did that nigga have a sword?
This nigga.
Yeah, he has like machete
machetes.
sword things.
Yeah, he has like some whatever. Shit, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't have bad swordsmanship.
I don't know. It's difficult to say because neither of them are like swordsmen. But there's never really any comments made on Zombie Man's skill with the blade. But Phoenix Man does say that Child Emperor lacks skill. He says that he just cuts aimlessly. And that was kind of letting us know that he's not too skilled technique wise. He's just kind of intelligent.
Well, he was using Brave, bruh. It's different.
Yeah, but it's the same shit.
Nigga, how much?
Zombie Man did get stabbed in the back in the OVA, so that's not impressive. Swordsman's not supposed to get stabbed in the back.
I have issues with that OVA. He was dead for a day. from just getting stabbed with one katana. And Homeless Emperor blew his friggin' head and chest cavity open, and he came back in second.
It was
Just shows how
Tatsumaki's
tough-
hockey. She hockey.
Oh,
That's what it was.
She
you're
was,
right.
or he was just asleep.
No, it was the Conquerors. It was the Conquerors.
But then, like, he was hurt by it. When he woke up, he was like, ah!
That shit hurt it.
It's just hockey.
It just proves how much buffed he's become power-wise, I guess.
It was some,
Coded it in Conquerors hockey.
it was some Nen in there too, a little bit of Nen.
Yeah, why not?
It's some chocolate. A little bit.
I'm
And then
surprised-
whatever Seven Deadly Sins has, they threw that on there too.
I'm surprised you didn't throw in a
Okay.
JoJo reference with the next
That's
Come
what it
on.
was. Somebody had dropped
Come on.
some Dio blood on that nigga, man. That's probably what it was. Some of that shit on
No,
there.
because you've got Jedi Child, and he's got his stand, Frosty, back.
Whatever emanates from the arrow thing. Where, you know, what the stands come from.
Yeah. Even though they existed before. I don't know. That arrow just...
Yo, low key, yo, damn, that shit do look like a stand, man. The fucking snowman right behind him like that, nigga. That's exactly like a stand, man. The perfect setup.
That's what I was saying. When you went so hard on, you know, Lord of the Sith and all this other stuff, you weren't even thinking of JoJo.
Damn, for real, man. Dead ass, dog. That really, yeah, and he hitting the pose to it and everything, dog. Like, if it was more like girlish, it would be exactly JoJo-ish. But it's just still kind of a little bit more like fucking. Damn, bruh. Like, we'd have to be putting in work with Child, bro. I don't see how some of y'all niggas hate that nigga, bruh. I don't get it, dog.
He's like one of my favorite heroes.
None of us hate him.
Why?
You keep conflating not blowing someone with hatred. Like, if we don't just blow Atomic Samurai, we just hate him.
Which, funny thing you bring this up. It's like you called Child the third strongest person. So you demoted, you promoted Child. And it's like, no. So is Atomic even in the top 3 anymore?
When was Atomic ever top 3? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm just saying, well, you bumped Child up like 2 positions.
Hell no, bro. What is it? What's the S class? Blast, Tatsumaki, Bang, Child, and then Atomic, right?
Atomic, then Child.
Yeah.
Oh, Child is fit? Oh, shit.
Yes. Like I said, you overshot your boy.
Low key, yeah, that's exactly how I see it, man. The nigga's the
Outdone
very
by
strongest.
a child.
And then you got Atomic over Bang or Bang over Atomic, however you want to see it. But yeah, like I said, bro, you don't have feats to argue up against me. Nobody has feats to argue up against me that Child is not the third strongest hero. They don't exist. They just don't. When they do exist, I'll stop talking shit. But until then, we're blowing them.
No, you blowing him. I ain't doing shit over here.
Yeah, we good. Like we don't want to go to jail.
That's true.
Man, didn't I thought Grimm actually tweeted about someone saying that, what was it, Child Emperor looked kind of good this chapter, and Grimm was like, oh, we got a pedo in on this.
I heard
And now you
some
out
things
here.
about that.
And now you out here talking about, yeah, we blowing him. We all blowing him.
Wait, you said it on your new account?
Yeah.
Already risking your new account?
Well, hold on. Not
Not
even
even a week old.
not even that. Like the first post I've seen from him on this new account was like some girl like naked just shaking her ass. I was like, wait a minute.
They love that though. They love that. Twitter, it's okay, but if she's shaking her ass and saying the N-word, then it's not okay.
Oh shit, bro. What do you think about fucking Anakin Emperor?
I mean, I like him. Not as much as you like him, but I mean, yeah, no, he's great, isn't he? I'm definitely with everyone else. He can't win this fight. I love him, but he can't. It's just like you can't hype up a cadre like this just for them to get beat like this. I know it's One Punch Man and it does a lot of stuff like this, but I'm sorry, Grimm, if I offended you there.
Oh, has anybody seen the little baby Yoda? That thing's adorable. Especially when it's trying to use the Force and then it falls over.
Is it actually Yoda?
No, it's of his species.
Oh, I was gonna say like he went in the wrong time machine, man.
We've only like seen 2 other members of his race in the series, and this baby is already 50.
Wait, is this in the Mandalorian?
Yeah, it's just what I've been hearing. I don't have Disney Plus. And I was like,
Yeah,
when I
me
saw it, I was like,
neither.
that's cute. And then when I just saw it using the Force, and I was like, damn, using the Force already. Then I find out it's 50. And I was like, damn, they do age slow as hell.
Yeah, none of that stuff is worth it right now. The new Jedi the Fallen isn't worth it right now. Neither is the Disney Plus right now. I've heard Disney Plus is literally just all the cartoons and then like a few of the movies, but I know a lot of them are the trash movies and a lot of the trash cartoons and shit. And then the Jedi game, I heard it's like super limited in like creativity. It's like all the good things about like the story mode games that they used to do. They've gone back to it. Instead of all the trash shit that they've been doing with games and like monetizing and all the other bullshit that companies are doing, releasing unreleased games, it's going back to the fundamentals and making a good game, but like it's still not what we should be getting at this point in time. It's kind of like going back to Star Wars Unleashed and like just improving upon that game, or it's like a Star Wars Unleashed 3. Different storyline, a few better mechanics and shit, but you could definitely see the potential for extreme improvement on it. So like,
wasn't that the game when you could like pick your path and everything, and you could like unlock different powers and stuff?
facts.
'Cause I heard that was good.
That was good as fuck. Back fucking 10 years ago when it came out.
Yeah, I know. It had been a while. I never had.
Still good, but like it's 10 years later. We should have shit that's 10 years better.
So, just a quick one, guys. Do you think we're going to carry on with this next chapter? Do you think it's just going to carry on straight with Child Emperor? Or, I think we've set up everyone now, haven't we? There's no like other... We know what all the characters are doing at this point. What do you think? So, do you think we're just going to get straight into fights next time?
Well, we
My
don't know about
prediction is that we don't go into any fights.
We get like
so no
some
fighting.
hooky titties bouncing for like a few chapters.
That would be cool. Maybe.
It would be nice to catch up with them.
That is the group that we haven't touched on.
Yeah, the last time we saw him was with the lightning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, with
Gearspur.
Gearspur's feet.
Oh yeah.
And then King as well, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so like it's Bang Bomb, Fubuki, King, Hellfire Flame, Gale
Oh
Wind.
yeah, what the hell are they?
I forget about them too.
I think they're the only people free up now, and of course Genos.
Yeah, but he's just entering as far as we're, so.
Yeah, and Rover,
Who knows
but
how far down he has to go before he even encounters him.
Dino runs in the rover. Would the upgrades be for nothing?
oh my god. I mean, I think we talked about that really early on. Like we thought that might have been one of the fights, but now I don't want to see that.
Somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt. Rover fanboys or Geno fanboys.
So I'm gonna just be another busted robot or some burnt dog hair, huh?
Yeah. We need the Euro titty. But I'm not expecting it no more. As long as I don't expect it, I shouldn't be disappointed anymore.
You've kind of given up on that one, have?
Yep.
Damn, man.
Yeah, how long's that one been? This is the problem. We need to circle through, and get action on all fronts, but we focus too much, and then we start a new thing, and then it's like,
I want to circle back to my mask, just to see whether I lose out on that bet or not.
Yeah, that's another one.
Damn, another super like bottom of the list fight.
There's too many balls being juggled in the air. Which one you're ever gonna get?
The thing is that like those fights are the ones that like have the highest potential to be like fucking amazing, because you expect so little from them that like anything spectacular is gonna be like So imagine if they stack on the spectacular shit. But with these other fights, like, we're expecting the craziness. So just as much as like he's always like come up to our expectations with these fights and shit like that, besides the quick murders,
Murders.
Quick murders.
we should get what we want from these big fights, like the Atomic, Darkshine, the fuck. Damn, is that all?
Garou and Tatsumaki.
Man, I really just want to see some titties, bro. That's it. She's fucking defeated already, man. I'm tired of that shit, dog. Like, why didn't fucking Orochi shouldn't have fucking died, man? God damn,
you have cut out on these.
He dead. Are you willing to admit that now?
Hey, man, I'm a man
not
of faith.
admitting that.
All right. Sometimes you gotta believe.
I'm not giving it up.
Oh, we missed. I think you missed Zombie Man and Homeless Emperor though.
Yeah, that's another one.
Oh yeah, that's another. I actually have like I'm interested in that one. Zombie vs Homeless. But I get it.
So there's so many we can't even keep up with it.
Nigga look cool, man.
I don't think Zombie's gonna win that though.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't like he like that's what I mean when I talked about the whole Child Emperor thing, like exhausting all his resources. I feel like the same for Zombie Man too. It's not like he really had like other shit to draw from, but it's just like, what can he do? I don't know what he can do.
Yeah, his basic armaments don't seem to be doing much, and if his regen gets as slow as what we predict it kind of is, at least for the full body extent, yeah, there's not much he can do in that fight, doesn't look like.
You got to talk to him. That's it.
Oh, no.
Pull a Naruto. Yeah, pull a Naruto. That's what you have to do. He's still a human, right? You
Well, he
just
kind of
talk
was
to him.
doing it to help build time to regen. It's like, tell me your backstory. How was your mother? Your father? Did you have a favorite dog, perhaps?
I mean, like, how many villains have we taught no jutsu, really? And that, I mean, like, I don't even think we have. I mean, like, Armored Gorilla turned good, but that was after he got his ass whooped. I mean, the ass whooping will make you change your life.
Arbor Gorilla was the one who did the talk no jutsu.
Like, hey man, stop.
I'm getting tired of my ass being kicked. I ain't doing this shit no
Yeah, give
more.
up.
I'm getting some. Wait, what food is it that he makes?
Takoyaki.
We make an octopus ball.
So I guess the best way to end the podcast right now, since this is potentially the last big setup, or maybe there's one or two more, since the obvious addressing of the new Fubuki group's free agency-ness. Which of these fights do you guys think is gonna look the best?
Probably the Garou and Darkshine fight. I just feel like Garou is always like it's always especially more detailed. Yeah. Engagement too, because like he's like the star of One Punch Man. So I feel like his fights always have to be like top tier in anything.
Yeah, his fights always deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's either going to be that fight or it's going to be the Homeless Emperor Zombie Man fight, just because of the nature of Homeless Emperor's powers.
Exactly what I was going to say. I think Mariah could do some really cool stuff with light and energy attacks there, so I think there could be some really cool stuff there to see, just like visually, yeah.
Yeah, like my top 3 fights is the 2 that were set up in this chapter, and then also, as you say, the Homeless Emperor Zombie Man fight, because what can he do? He's going to have to do something. And then, like I detailed earlier about, like, with Evil Natural Water, like, not really sure if he can control different states of matter that water takes, so that fight could go anywhere. So,
yeah, I think it's going to be Garou and Darkshine as well.
So, all right, guys, remember to like and subscribe if you want to get more sessions of the One Punch Man podcast. Make sure you check out everybody's channel individually. They all produce all different kinds of content regularly, especially One Punch Man, but including Hunter x Hunter, My Hero, One Piece, and a different variety of different manga and anime continuously. But the real question, how
Okay.
wet do you think even natural water can make Mizuki? Like, is it like, because like if he were to encounter her, right, would she like, is splashing on it like enough? Like, you know, like, damn, that was a bad question. Fuck.
I don't even know what.
Yo ho ho.
All I heard is you cut out and you're just like, would splashing on her be enough? And I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, you're assuming it's gender now. We've gone from racism to sexism.
No, we ain't go from none of the racism. Right? That was all you, nigga. Yo,